Hey guys, in this video today we're going to be talking about how to make different style eggs. So from boiled to hard to easy over medium, scramble, omelets. So without further ado, let's get into it. To do a over hard, you will need one egg or however many you want to make. You're going to crack it and put it in the pan. So right here, this will be for your boiled eggs. I got the water boiling or heating up at the moment. Then you got a grease pan. Little tip for boiled eggs, take the lid off if you have it already. And as the water is heating up, grab your salt. Just a little bit of salt will help the water boil faster. So, very first thing I want to teach you guys how to do is over hard. Once you got your egg in the pan, you're just going to take a spatula or something and crack the yolk. So you're going to let that cook for about a minute before flipping. So roughly it's been a minute. So a little tip, make sure all your sides are loose. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. It didn't quite work very well, but that's just how to make it over hard. You just let that cook for another 1 minute to 1.5 minutes. If you want to cook longer to make it more toasted, you can. But over hard, you shouldn't have, when it's all done, you shouldn't have any yolk or runniness to it. That indicates over hard. Once it's done, you're just going to take it out of the pan. Set it on the plate, whoever you're serving on. If you want to make it neat, if you're serving up with somebody, you can trim off the extra. Now, let's move on. The second thing, or second egg I would teach you how to make is over medium. So same thing as before, take an egg, crack it, put it in the pan. Now with the over medium and over easy, the only difference you're not going to do compared to the one over hard is don't crack the yolk. But just like the over hard, you're gonna let it cook. Once it's cooked, you're going to flip it. This one might be a little hard to flip compared to the over hard because once again, you're trying not to break the yolk. And I might need 2 hands for this, but we'll see. Once again, let it cook. A good rule of thumb for over medium is about a minute to 1.5 minutes on each side. Okay, now that it's been about a minute to 1.5 minutes on each side, all you're going to do, take it, that's not really working. So now you have a hard, you have a medium. Last one's going to be over easy. Very similar to over medium, just shorter cooking time. So once again, grab an egg, crack it, put it in the pan. With egg over easy, I recommend, depending on how hot your pan is, about 45 seconds to a minute on each side. So same thing as before. Take your spatula, make sure it's all loose. If your egg ever sticks, you probably didn't add enough butter or oil. As you can tell, easy, you can kind of see more of the yolk compared to the medium. You don't really see that, so that's in a way. Same thing as before. Once it's done, all you're going to do is take your pan, or if you want to scoop it out, you can. So it's like right on out. So that's how you make over hard, over medium, and over easy. Now, that's good in the scrambled. Scrambled, you would need a bowl or something to put eggs in. I'm going to use 2 eggs. So once you got your eggs into the bowl, take a whisk, a fork, whatever it may be, and mix them all up. Once you have it all mixed up, take it to your pan and just dump it. It doesn't matter how. Just dump it into your pan. Just rinse it up. If you want, you can add salt, pepper, cheese, ham, onions, all into your scrambled eggs. If you just don't like any scrambled eggs, you can do that. All you're doing is just going to continue to move it around, mix it all up until you don't see any liquid. So it's just about there. You can kind of tell there's still some liquid. Take it, add it to my plate. So you add your scrambled eggs. Now let's make an omelet. It's going to be a little bit more challenging. Some people may not be able to do it on the first go round. That's okay. Practice makes perfect. I personally never could do it on my first time, but after a while of practice, I got it down, so here we go. Same thing as with the scrambled, using 2 eggs, going to beat these up. Best results are omelet. Make sure everything's very greasy or oily. Less chance you have of it sticking. So with that being said, I'm going to try to clean up this pan a little bit and reapply some oil. So same thing. Once you have your pan ready, spray it like I said. Take it. Good tip is pour it from forward to backwards, like so. So now what you're going to do while that's cooking is take your ingredients, which I'm doing ham and cheese. You're just let me move things around. You're just gonna take your ham and cheese, spread it around. If you're beginning, I recommend trying to keep all your ingredients on 1/2 of the omelet. Depending on which way you're going to flip it, is whichever half you're going to put it. But I'm a professional, so I'm just going to spread it all over. Once you do that, go and let it cook. You will see on the sides that it's starting to cook. So about a minute, maybe a minute and a half, sometimes less, just kind of eyeball. So basically it should just look like pretty much a flat egg pancake at first. So mine should start ready to cook, so you're gonna probably wait a little bit longer. And your tip is that one side may not be done fully, check the other side. So you're gonna do your best. It might rip, but just do your best to make sure it's all loose. If you need to, you can use 2 spatulas. I'm going to try to, since I'm filming, I'm going to try to use 1. Try to not move it once you cook it too much. But yeah. So, ideal world, you would make it even. Fold this half, bleed it over to this side. Mine wasn't right there yet. But practice makes perfect. Don't let it cook for a little bit. And their tip, if you don't want to fold it just completely over in half, you can do basically another like 4 folds. So top, fold down, bottom, fold down, half, flip it halfway, then flip it another halfway, and it makes it into a rectangle. If you want to see that in a future video, let me know. But yeah, this is how you make it. So omelet's done, over hard it's done, over medium, over easy, done. Now let's get into how to make hard boiled eggs. Remove the lid. Wish I had more counter space, but I don't. I'm going to just boil one egg. Set it into the boiling water. Going to have to add more water because it's not fully covering the egg. Put your lid back on and look. About 10 minutes, you will have a boiled egg. In the meantime, while you're letting that cook, if you can boil, you're going, if you make other eggs like I did, best time is to start cleaning up right now. So remove your pan, put the eggs back in the refrigerator, put your oil back, clean up the mess. So as you're letting the eggs boil, if you made other things, clean as you go. It makes, if you're cleaning a lot, it makes your job a lot easier at the end of the day. Instead of cleaning up all this after you're using, you will only have to clean up the pan. So now that the egg's been in there for about 10 minutes, all you're going to do, take it out and drain the water and shock it with cold water. The colder the water, the easier it is for the person to peel it. So that's how you make a boiled egg.